Hello everyone. Welcome to one more class and the final class of our book Will, Women Impact with Love and Leadership. We were learning one attribute every day. Like we were learning communication, we were learning time management, we were learning leadership and so on and so forth. So this is one chapter of being peaceful with ourselves. See, when we are peaceful with ourselves, we'll be peaceful with others. So this is a very important chapter because we are supposed to be a peaceful and calm human being. Okay, the agitation, the frustration, all this is are self-inflicted. Over a period of time we develop because of our failures or because whatever we thought or we expected did not happen. During those type of time, what happens? We get very frustrated. Sometimes it is very overwhelming. Yeah, if what you're thinking is not happening. Okay. So suppose, imagine that you are wanting to go abroad and then you don't have proper finances or proper channel to go, then you get frustrated. You want to improve your health, but you are not getting time because you are very busy in your office, you get frustrated. You want to buy something and then you understand that you don't have that kind of a bank balance, you get frustrated. So frustration happens when our desire or want is not fulfilled. When our desire or want is not fulfilled, then we feel very frustrated. Yes or no? Yes. So the biggest thing what we have to do is we have to keep our mind calm, peaceful. Okay, we have different waves in our brain. Okay, I always say people, be at your alpha state of mind. Okay, so when you are in alpha state of mind, you will start understanding things that is possible and things that needs time. Because there are 5 P's which you should be very careful with. First thing is patience. Because whatever we think will not happen immediately, but you should believe that it will happen definitely. 1. Patience, P. And then you have to take care of this fellow. He is a very, very challenging fellow. Planning. Because plan is nothing. Planning is everything. Okay. See, yesterday, my daughter, Rahim, and my husband, 4 of us had a meeting. We chalked out our things to do. We wrote down what all we need to be done over the weekend. But that is a plan. What is all about? It is a plan. But doing is only doing. Planning is not doing, isn't it? So there are so many glitches, so many, hurdles before we can get our plan. All that we need is patience because plan can be done, planning can be done. You all have to understand, we all have to understand that they are procrastination due to different reasons. Procrastination, maybe men and material not available, maybe our, something else came up. Like that, procrastination is possible. So you should be very careful with this P as well. And then your performance. Your performance is not alone, it's with the team, right? So you should cooperate with the team. Okay. That is when you will be peaceful. This P is the most important P. The humble fellow, no, the peace, it is very important. So even when things don't happen the way you plan, even when things get delayed, even when things are not in our favor, all of us need to have patience. Patience is the first step towards peace. So what according to you is peace? So let me ask Roxana first. Dr. Roxana, what do you think peace is all about?
Peace?
Yes. Not that peace. It is the mental peace.
Yeah. I always tell if you don't have peace in yourself, you'll be peace. So
Exactly.
PACPI. Okay. According to me, huh? Okay. According to me, peace is nothing but to be in a serene atmosphere, serene self, and you have to create. You can't get peace anywhere. So peace is always there on your face. The moment you say your face reflection, the peace is you have to just see where the peace is, whether it is there within you or whether it is there in the environment, where it is there. You have to just find it out and you have to see, you have to accept it. The only thing what I can tell is the peace, as my brother was telling, peace is in serene. Peace is state of mind. Actually, this is not my saying. My brother is telling and I'm telling you. Peace is just a state of mind, and a peace brings you happiness within. You don't have to be happy. The moment you feel that you're peaceful, that happiness is always there. So that I can see two Saraswatis now.
Yeah, because there is some.
Okay. So that is what, according to peace, is always that what you see. The moment I see, honestly, the moment I see Rahim, I don't know, I feel a kind of happiness. And whenever I remember him without the scream, I feel that happiness. So that happiness. So now if I have to try, whenever I'm sad, when I think of Rahim, will I be happy? So that is how I correlate it. So this is what is peace according to me.
Amazing. One thing about peace is whether you like it or you don't like it, you are always expecting your relationships to cooperate with you. You believe that your peace is dependent on the other person's, support or other person's cooperation with us. So if that person is not cooperating with you, you feel very restless. Any scenario where you felt that peace is better than the power or the heartburn what we are going to do. So we shall ask Shuklaji. Shuklaji, have you ever felt that peace is better than fighting someone, or it is not worth my mental peace? I always say, fighting someone who our kith and kin and known people is not at all favorable. It all ends in a bitterness. So I always prefer silence over a fight. I ensure that I'm not in that rat race itself if there is a challenge. So Shuklaji, is there a scenario in your life where you chose peace instead of fighting? Would you like to share with us?
I prefer 90%, 10% sometimes not in my control. Okay. So I am a human being, I will not lie. I don't lie in my life.
Definitely. It is not in our control. Do you think I don't fight? I am a fighter cock. Or the best person who I fight is my husband. That fellow has a lot of peace. That fellow has a lot of patience. I don't have.
I don't fight, but I object when something I don't like.
Yeah.
Especially, I don't like criticizing anyone in the world. Okay. It's a small world. The people are your own. They might not be understanding. Why should you are going into that trap? To keep away from that. So there's a small thing where sometime I became unpeaceful. Mostly I'm a very peace lover person. I try to be calm and quiet. I try to avoid. And the solution for me is I want to always keep mentally myself happy. I completely agree with Usman, my brother, that it's a state of mind. You're okay. I want to keep my mind cool always. I don't react immediately. I take time to understand whether I should react or not on this. If I feel I don't need to be react, I just simply ignore that. That's all. That makes me more happy than reacting and jumping with that and burning our own energy. See, my entire life, I have studied different P's in my life. So 30 years of corporate life, for me, the P's, the procurement, planning, these all things were there in my life. Okay, packaging. Now I'm learning a new thing in my life. So it's a new journey for me in the life where I'm coming now. Okay. So the corporate one P was completely different, and this P is completely different. Okay. So It's all, I understand only one thing, that peace has got no set formula. You have to derive your own formula to be happy mentally, physically. If you are mentally, physically happy, that gives you enough thing in your life. Okay. Nominally, that is not in your control, only your karma. If your karma is there, what God has written in your fate, that much you will get. You will not get less, you will not get more. So don't worry for those things which is not in your control. In your control is your mind, your body. Work on this, you
Exactly.
will be more
Mind.
happy in the life.
Exactly. You don't mind what doesn't matter to you. Your mind matters. People who matter. Our mind emits electrical waves. Okay, all the time. It is based on our metabolic functioning. That's why doctor always asks, did you pass? Do you have a problem with your gut? You should have your gut health very well. That is what is being told, and that is what has to be followed. So you have to, it all depends on your food, like I always say, your stress, your societal norms, your fitness, your food, and your financials. All this is the factors which impact you over a period of time. So one thing is very clear. We all are vulnerable. We all have challenges. So our brain function, if you take a EEG, it will show how much beta waves we have, how much alpha waves we have, how much theta waves we have, how much delta waves we have. Based on these waves only, we will be able to say whether we are mentally strong or strongly mental. We have to decide whether we are strongly mental or mentally strong. So to be mentally strong, you need alpha waves. Okay. 14 cycles per second. Our brain will have a mentally cyclic waves. So these waves should not be more, should not be less. Okay. The cycle of alpha wave is the best waves because it is 7 to 14. Okay, it should not be very less, it should not be very more. Let us forget about all that waves and what they do, what is the metabolic activity, because it is more technical. Let me tell you very frankly and simply that keeping your mind in good health, okay, matters. For that, what is that you have to do? Why is this important thing to do? Because when you have alpha waves, you are discounting the negative thoughts. You are trying to keep your mind positive. Alpha waves will be present in a person who is pink at health. Alpha waves cannot be present in a person. In other words, it cannot be present in the person who is depressed or who's pressurized or who's upset. So see, when alpha waves are there, you cannot be stressed and depressed and sad. When you are in an alpha state of mind, you are positive, you are smiling, you are hoping that whatever you do will happen in a well uh, thoughtful manner. So that's why we always talk about alpha wave. So when I'm talking about good health, when I'm talking about good mental state, when I'm talking about this alpha waves, one thing which is very important for this is your sleep pattern. You should sleep. Like I always ask, no, why do you sleep? Why do you sleep? Why do you sleep every day?
To take rest.
Okay, great. You take rest, you relax, you rejuvenate, you can come back powerfully to go to school the next day. Right. That's correct. That's when your mind will work better. You don't sleep the night and go to school, you will feel sleepy in the school. But we sleep for a different reason. One more reason, what I tell is God is giving us rehearsals every day. One day you have to completely sleep. You have to sleep forever. So he is giving us rehearsals. Yeah. He is giving you rehearsal of that sleep. So alpha wave is important every day because you have to sufficiently, you will be influenced by your intuition, your knowledge, your thinking, your behavior, your aptitude, your presence of mind, and your attitude. All this is important. Your attitude is important. Your presence of mind, your aptitude is important. Your behavior is important. Your thinking, knowledge, and institution is also important because you have an intuitive mind. You have to think, you have to do, you have to be. For that, the power of sleep is very important because we can have only 8 hours of active activity, 8 hours of, dormant. I mean, sleeping this one, and you have 8 hours to improve yourself. That 8 hours is left to you whether you want to improve yourself or don't want to improve yourself. Nobody is going to question you. Okay. But to be a peaceful you, for you to have the peace, I will give you one small technique. Okay. This is the smallest technique I ever know because this I learned from my dad. My dad, who follows Sanatana Dharma, and he is one guy who will be super duper peaceful all the time. I've never seen my parents fighting. I feel very astonished. They lived so many years together. They had differences of opinion, but he had made it a point that he will never fight in front of kids. You know, even when he is angry, you used to address my mother with respect. But I don't know. I cannot do that. I feel that that is the biggest trait he has got. So one thing he taught me is think every person is divine. You know, the divinity in me bows to the divinity in you. Okay, when you think the other person is also divine, just like you. Okay, the other person is also made of body, bone, flesh, and blood, isn't it? So what you need to do is you have to believe, respect your inner circle. You have to believe your inner circle. You have no other choice. Unless you believe your inner circle, you will not be able to have that peace. So every day you have to believe your inner circle is working in your favor. Okay. So that is when we will be able to do great things. Am I there?
Yeah.
Do I make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
A lot.
What will you say? What will you say? Nobody is saying what they will say. I asked you people, what will you say?
Regarding
I don't know, ma'am. I think I cannot think like that. I mean, whatever your father thought, like every person is divine. I think I can do that. I don't know why. Ma'am, you are on mute.
Okay. So you are not able to think. What you have to
No,
think is,
what I am thinking that the moment you pay that highest respect to the person opposite to you, automatically cool down, you not react. So if I think that Vijay is a scream or do anything wrong in front of any divine, okay. So the moment you create that respect inside you for the other person, you will be calm and quiet. You will not react on that way. That's the one very good solution in life.
amazing. Very true.
That's
See,
what I have taken.
what you have to think is the other person is divine. As simple as that. The divinity in me bows to the divinity in you. Okay, like Shuklaji said, we are all human. We get angry. We get upset. We get disappointed. We get frustrated. We get sometimes depressed, sad. We feel unworthy, isn't it? We feel neglected. We feel guilty. Human. We feel all this. But you were not created to live a life with guilt. You were not created a life to feel unworthy. You were created to be successful. You were created to be victorious. Okay. You have to feel the divinity in you because only when you feel you are worthy, you are, powerful, you are eligible, you are deserving, that is when you can reflect that thought on others, because you are a reflection of your thoughts, efforts and energy. Some people you won't like the moment you saw them, and some people you will like just for the uh, sake of liking them. The moment you see them, you feel a connection, you feel good, you feel amazing. Okay, right? You don't know why you're feeling what you're feeling. You don't even know. You don't even understand why you're feeling what you're feeling. Okay, so then what do you do? Suma, any thoughts now? Because you told me I don't know. I want to just ask you, do you feel that you're worthy? Do you feel that you deserve a better life? You want to go from where you are to a better position? You want to go to the next rung of the ladder? If you have that feeling, that is why you're sitting in this class. Otherwise, Sunday, we all can do many other things, isn't it? Okay? We can have party, we can sleep. Why do you need to be in a self-development class on a Sunday? Okay? Rahim is already upset that he is part-time and he is giving it away to me. And Fatima is very, she's a giver. It is her cycling time and she has given it to us. Because Sunday belongs to Sunday, isn't it? But then if we all are sitting in a self-development class, talking about peace, wanting to improve ourselves, that means we are worthy. So now what thoughts do you have, Suma?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I deserve better. I feel I deserve better. I want to be a person. I want to put myself in a place where I want to put. So, uh, yeah.
So for that, what you need to do? You need to do something, right? What is that one thing we all need to do when we deserve better?
I want to improve myself. I
Yes.
want to improve myself. I want to improve myself. I want to be a good person. I know, but I cannot I'm not a person who please other people.
Yeah, we cannot be a people pleaser.
I'm not a pleaser.
It will not work. It will not work. You being a people pleaser will not work at all. I am not a
Yeah.
people pleaser at all. I actually call a spade a spade. I tell it on the face. You know what? Initially, people will feel little awkward about it, but they will understand you and they will like you for what you are. Okay. So I tell it on the face. See, because the correction has to be done by you. See, if I have some challenges with Shuklaji, I should talk to Shuklaji, right? I cannot come and complain to you. I cannot be telling about Shuklaji to you. The moment we stop talking about people, we are better people than others. 10 things that you should do to keep peace to yourself. The first point is never gossip. If you have any, apprehensions about people, tell it on the face. I tell it on the face, whoever it is. One, never gossip. And if you have apprehension, tell that person because he has to take corrective action. No world will come and help. So, no gossip. The second thing is no free lunch. Don't do anything for free for anybody. Okay? Because your value is not known to them unless there is something they have to pay the price. See, my children had to forego their, cycling and part time. That is, they are contributing here their time. Okay. It is no free lunch. It's a value add, right? You have to be a person where you will invest time, you will invest energy, you will invest money, you will invest time to study, all that. That is when we can become big people. See, everybody will be having teleprompter, they'll be, talking from the book, they will be talking from anything. But I spontaneously look into your mic and I speak. It is coming from directly from my head. How did it happen? Because 20 years I've filled so many things into my head. I've been a learner, learning, and learning. So what happens when you are a learner, when you know that it is you who can change your world, nobody else, you will start taking active actions. Okay, you want to be better than where you were. If you ask me, am I better than where I was? I'm super better than where I was. Okay. So this 20 years, if I divide my life into 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, okay, if I see it in 4 parts of five, why 4 parts? Let's do 5 parts. 5 parts of five. 25 years ago, I was just a student, just like you. We didn't even have Zoom, Google, or anything. We didn't have anything. You know, I had to read books after books, meet people after people to become what I am today. That was for the first 5 years. And then Google came, and then life became different. I ensured that I was a lifelong learner. I did my MBA, I did my MCom, I did my MA English. I learned abacus, I learned Vedic Max. I learned things which will take me forward. Memory was my niche. I love teaching people memory. I love teaching brain power. So, how did it all happen? Because I chose that as my personality development time. So I invested a lot of time in learning a lot of things, meeting a lot of people, doing congregations, summits, learning to be peaceful with myself and love what I do, and I do what I love. Like Steve Jobs says, don't settle unless you find my passion. You have to find your passion. This is what I love doing. You have to be happy. The class at 5 o'clock makes me very happy. I feel very excited about it. Class after class, so many years I've taught in the Giridhar Ramnarayan Institute. I've taught scientists in DRDO. I have done faculty development programs. I have been in so many congregations as a keynote speaker. Still, every time I go to the stage, every time I pick up the mic to speak, it makes me feel very happy. So when you are doing what is passionate about, you are improving as a person. You are not a people pleaser, and then you know that you will be better than today, tomorrow, because you have invested time. See, even to grow a tree, it takes 6 years, isn't it? You have to seed it, you have to nurture it. There should be enough of sunlight, there should be enough of space. The tree should have the room to grow. It takes 6 years to give fruits. Like that, you have to invest 6 years, right from your 10th standard, 2 years of your plus two, and then 3 years of your degree, and 2 years of your master's. So that's why you are called a master. A master is a person who knows what he knows and also knows what he doesn't know. Yeah, you should know what you know and what you doesn't know. Isn't it? See, I am a very memory guru, but if you ask me to drive a car, I feel very anxious to drive because of the judgment, because of the roads, because of the people who come away. My husband drives very peacefully. He can go thousands of kilometers happily. He enjoys music, he drives the car and all that. For me, it is very difficult to, drive a car because I feel very anxious. What will happen if somebody comes in between suddenly? What if I, instead of accelerator, if I press the, stop button, or instead of the stop, if I put the accelerator? I'm very, a kind of absent-minded because a lot of things go into my mind, and my mind is very occupied. So what happens? You know what you're good at, and you also know what you're not good at. I'm good at taking classes. I'm not good in driving. So first, my request to all of you to become peaceful is jot down. Write down what is your strength, what is your weakness, what is your threat, and what is your opportunity. Okay. My strength, I will tell you. My strength, each of you should say one strength, one weakness, one threat, and one opportunity. My strength is I can take good online classes. I can take good offline classes. I can influence people to be better, to turn good to great. What is my weakness? Like I said, I'm very scared of roads, driving, to do something which requires the motor skill, operating a machine. I don't feel very comfortable. I don't feel very this one. The threat about that is if I'm driving a car, it will be my status quo. That's a weakness, right? It would have been my strength, but I'm not able to do. The weakness is the fear. All of us feel the fear. Beyond fear, there is a lot of things. I am convincing myself, I'm getting mentally prepared to become, four-wheeler license. I can drive a two-wheeler. I cannot drive a car. So I'm convincing myself that I will be able to do it. So I have to convert my weakness into strength. What is the threat? The threat is, if you're going abroad, people will not help you. Like the transport is not that easy, like what it is here. You know, you have to, if you don't know to drive a car, it's as good as telling that I don't know to walk. Driving is so common there. Okay. So that is a threat to me. And what is the opportunity I'm losing? The opportunity is if I drive a car and if I have a license, I will be on my own when I go abroad, because the Indian license is allowed abroad. Here also, I can go on my own wherever I want. I book a Uber. I have a car, but I don't take it. I go by Uber. Better I will take my car, and I'm sure I will feel a little, proud and accomplished. But I'm not able to do it. So what should I do to convert my strength into a applicable skill? I should be able to convert my threat into opportunity and weakness into strength. So this is one thing which I don't have and I want to develop in the next 30, 60, 90 days. What is that one thing you want to develop? The strength into strength which will help you. Yeah. So who will go first? Who's going to say what is their strength, what is their weakness, what is their threat, and what is their opportunity? We will start with Rahim first. Rahim, tell.
My strength is that I can actually like box and all that. Like
Loudly, we can't hear you. I can't hear you.
So, Mom, your phone is ringing.
Yeah, my phone is ringing, I know, but I'm not taking it now. Oh, Anita is calling, I think, because I have to admit her. Yes. She called me because she should get into the class. Good. Hi, Anita, welcome. Yeah, now you say, right.
My strength and my I'm good at it is boxing and all that, because I actually know boxing more better than my mom.
Boxing? I have never seen you boxing. You want to develop the skill of boxing. Have you ever seen your mother driving a car?
I have the skill to box. I already have the skill to box.
You have the skill? I don't believe it. You have never practiced boxing. You don't have a boxing. What is that called?
Practiced, but I already know before.
No. I don't.
When I was like 4 from that time I know boxing.
Knowing boxing is different. Doing boxing is different. I also know to drive a car. I have read the manual. Okay. There is a clutch. There is an accelerator. There are 4, points. 1, 2, 3, 4. All that I also know. But I'm not driving, right? Like that, you're not boxing. You just know boxing. You don't know to do it. Knowing is not doing. Doing only is doing.
Because I don't have anything to box.
So you box, you buy, you do it, and talk about it after you do. So this is your weakness, which you have to convert it to your strength. Okay? Yeah. So the next time I see you after 90 days, you should be a good boxer. That means you should have your boxing gloves. You should have that punch, whatever you have, and you should ensure that you do it. Okay? Okay. Thank you so much. Over to Fatima B.
So, my strength is I can cycle, I can play basketball. I'm very good at most of my subjects in school. But my weakness is Kannada. That is my only weakness. And yeah, somehow I'm gonna change it. Opportunity is that I can actually learn, but if I study actually, but I'm not doing that. I have the opportunity to do it. I'll start doing it. There is no threat actually. I just don't do it. Yeah. That's all. Yeah.
So, Anita, what we are doing is we are looking into what is your strength, what is your weakness, what is your opportunity, what is your threat. So you have to say what is one strength you have, what is that weakness. That weakness, if it is converted, if that weakness has been overcome, if you overcome that fear, how it will turn into strength. So SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. If you have a weakness which you feel fearful, but if you overcome that fear, it will be helpful for you. For you, like it could be anything. You can think of something which, if you develop, it is going to help you more. For example, mine is I am very scared of driving a car. I drive a two-wheeler, but I'm very scared of driving a car. So if I learn that skill, it will become my strength. Because as a professor, if you go in your own car, it will increase your visibility and credibility. But I'm very scared of Bangalore traffic. So then what is the opportunity? If I go abroad, I'll get to drive big cars because all my friends own big cars. And they will, if I know driving, of course, they will give it to me. And it will be an opportunity to drive. And then it will become an opportunity for self-development. So this is mine. Okay, over to Anita. What do you feel? What is your strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat?
My strength is, I think, I'm patient.
Okay.
And weakness is, I'm very scared, like when I'm in a group of people.
Okay, you are very scared of group of people. If you happen to speak to
Yeah.
group of people, how will it improve your prospects in your occupation?
Occupation.
Your work.
I
Your
think
work.
my, yeah, I'll be able to do more in a better. I'll like my position will be increased. I'll be able to do like more work than like what I'm doing.
You have to overcome your fear and start speaking. So you will first be speaking on July 15th when you come to receive your award. Okay. When you're going to come and receive your Godwin soft skill certification, you have to speak only for 1 minute. Thank you very much. I like this. I did this course and I got this award. So I feel very good about it. I think this is my start of my life to become a very good speaker. That much you have to plan and you have to speak. If you're not speaking, you will not get your award. Okay. Very good. So you will be converting in the next 30, 60, 90 days your fear of speaking to a good public speaker. All the best. Okay, we will go to Suma. Suma, what is that one weakness you want to convert into strength?
I'm a very bad communicator, ma'am. The thing is, even though I know English, but I don't know why I speak. Especially in front of big people like professors. While speaking with them, I'll be like feeling. I'll feel very much anxious. So I don't know. That thing is my weakness.
See, the thing is, communication is not your barrier. Your barrier is language. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you don't know more vocabulary, you feel very difficult to communicate.
Yes.
Same thing happens with me if you ask me to speak Telugu. All my friends want me to talk in Telugu, okay? Because I cannot say certain words. Pampistaru. Like I can't say that. Repostara. They will say, ma'am, tell tomorrow I will come. Repostara, I will say. Repostara. What is rape? You are telling as though it is English rape. Okay. So that is because I don't know that language. If you expect me to talk in that language, I cannot. But that doesn't mean my communication is bad. The thing is, I have to improve the language. So your threat is that you are not able to speak to your professors because you have a language barrier. It is not the language barrier that they have. It is your mental block. You're thinking, you're not able to speak to them. All you have to do is, before speaking to your professor, first construct the statement in your mind. I used to do that. Okay. Before talking to my professors, I'll always construct my statement in the mind and then speak to them. Okay. What is that I want to say? Okay. How it has to be told. Okay. Should this be an open-ended question or a close-ended question? Sir, do we have class tomorrow? Sir, should I submit this assignment before Friday? Sir, I didn't understand this part, what you explained. Can I get a re-explanation? So you are already putting it in your head and then speaking. See, most of the times we don't speak to people because we are very scared how are they going to perceive what we speak. It's always good to come back to the language which you are comfortable in. Okay? Because our mother tongue, we have verb placed differently. English, we have verb placed differently. It is not the same, you know. Barish aa raha hai, we say. It is raining, isn't it? Okay. So the it and buff, all that is always a challenge, but that's okay. We can always work on it. Okay. So you think communication is a challenge? And then you feel your language is the barrier. What action are you going to take?
I want to improve my vocabulary, ma'am. I have to learn new words. So I'm working on it, actually.
Yes. Take dictionary, learn 5 new words every day, make sentence out of that word and use that word. That is how you can help. That is how it is always good. See, aapke pocket mein, if you have 50 rupees, where will you go to have idlis? I say that 50 rupees should be completely used in your breakfast. तब आप कहाँ जाओगे? दर्शनी जाओगे, एक इडली, 35 rupees is one plate idli, 15 rupees is coffee, 50 rupees is over. Your breakfast is over. Your breakfast is over. If I give you 5,000 and tell you have to spend this in your breakfast, nothing should be left, then where will you go? You'll go to 5-star hotel, isn't it? You'll go to 5-star hotel, you'll order a big, smoothie. You'll order a breakfast with a la carte, all, buffet breakfast. You will order fruits, you will order juices, you will order main course food, and then you will have dessert, isn't it? So you will have a big spread because you have to spend that 5,000. So the vocabulary is also like that. If you know little words, if you know 10,000 words, you can use only the 10,000 words. Imagine you know a lakh of words. You can use, isn't it? How are you going to plan? I'm going to plan meticulously. How are you going to relax? I'm going to rejuvenate and relax. All these words from where are you taking? How are you? I'm fantastic. I'm fantabulous. I'm on top of the world. Where are you taking this word from? Instead of saying fine, how are you? I'm fine. Instead of that, you have so many words. Oh, I am fine. Of late, I've joined yoga classes and I'm enjoying my friends. Okay. Oh, you look very sculpted. That's why. Sculpted is you look nice. Your shape is good. So what do you say? Oh, yeah, because of the postures of yoga. I do so much of yoga. I feel that I'm going to become a yoga teacher. I'm going to make a career out of myself. Right? Like that. The more vocabulary you have, the better you can talk. So all the best for your vocabulary. Take 5 words from dictionary, make sentences and see the difference. Use that words with your friends. When you make a word, when you learn a word, use that. Okay. You can use a lot of good words like enthusiasm. It will be difficult to pronounce initially, but then once you are at it, you will be the best because everything takes time. Okay. All the best to you, Suma. Okay, we go to our senior who's having amazing experience, and he is one person who meticulously comes to the class, religiously sits through the class, does his homework, and he has taken this class very seriously. So we love you, sir. God bless you. Over to you for your SWOT.
Thank you, ma'am. See, my strength is that I always believe, which I do regularly in my professional world, I do all the project in time. I never delay for 1 minute also. It will be well within with the frame. That's my
Perfect.
biggest strength.
Yeah.
So whatever brands I'm working, whatever brands we get associates, I never give chance anyone to complain on the work front is concerned. My weakness is that I am a soft-hearted person. Sometimes I understand that this person is because we go to negotiate for our money part when we take any brand in the hand. I understand that because they all cry, sir, बहुत loss हो रहा है, sir, थोड़ा कम कर दीजिए fees, ये है वो है. I understand that this guy is taking advantage, but because of my that nature, uh, I became soft there. So I became a bad negotiator there. So that is my biggest threat. I understand this man is not telling true. And
Yes.
because of his speaking, get convinced and I bring down my value, their monetary value. So that's the biggest, I'm a bad negotiator. And that's the biggest opportunity for me to develop myself. So that whatever they say, I should stick to my plan only. I should not get convinced with the idea of what they are speaking. So that's
I
the
do
big
a
opportunity
one-day
lying in front
class.
of me.
I do a one-day class on negotiation skills. I think you should attend that, sir.
Sure,
Negotiation
sure.
skills are very important. Actually, negotiation is very important. If you would see, I will not negotiate with the person unless I know that they are serious. 5 things you have to do to know that negotiation skills. One thing is we should know the person. We should know how financially strong they are, whether they are genuine or things. But then we have to give it also. Sometimes we have to give the discount. Sometimes we have to do what it takes. But then we should not be under loss. That we should be very careful of. Okay.
Yes.
So the moment they negotiate with me, I ask them 4 questions. Which school your child is studying? So they cannot say a small school. So you will know if that person is really, well-to-do. He will have put his school in a good school. If he says public school, imagine he is in good position. Then my second question is, how do you commute to office? How do you come? मैं metro में आता हूँ, cycle में आता हूँ, bike में आता हूँ. If he is saying I'm coming by a car, that means he's again affordable, right? If he is able to afford a car, he is able to afford our product. Third thing what you have to ask is, how do you pay your taxes? How do you pay your taxes? Self-assessment or what? How do you pay? So if you will say, yaar, mere paas to, I don't have, why should I pay taxes? I don't have the house itself. Or how do you pay your EMI? How do you, structure your finances? If you ask that question, you will know whether he is having a house or whether he is having a EMI or a loan or what it is. And ask him, very importantly, what he does after 8 o'clock. If he is a Tanni party, water party, 8 o'clock afterwards, he will say, no, I don't. Do you switch off your phone at 8 o'clock? So if he has bad habits, then gone case. So that's how we need to know people. That's the way of learning their lifestyle, learning their habits, seeing whether they will be useful for us or not. Okay. That is a different class altogether. You need to learn negotiation skills, especially when you are in this education industry. Everybody wants everything free. Okay. But they will be earning a lot of money, when there is a tuition fees, when school is there, they will not reduce the fee. But when you go as an extra class or extra specialization or as a resource person, they will try to negotiate and bargain. So this is the world, and we have to go with the world, and we have to do what is right, and we should ensure that we are not in any losses. Of course, profit can be marginalized, but we cannot get into any losses. Our time is time and our knowledge is value. And if they feel that we are really valuable, they'll come back to us, or otherwise, definitely we have something else to get into it. Yes. Okay. So I feel so proud. I feel great. I feel terrific that we completed all the 10 days classes. The last chapter, Be Unstoppable, is about me. I have shared about me, so you can self-read it. I don't want to propagate what happened in my life. You have the book. It's called Be Unstoppable. There I talk about hiring a mentor, how important to have mentorship, how important it is to have a network, because your network is your net worth. And I also talk about your aspirations, what drives you, okay? Because you are your own limits. Nobody can stop you if you want it, okay? So please read that topic. It's a very good topic. that can be self-learned because I am just explaining my experiences. So tomorrow we will have an assessment. Tomorrow we will have an assessment. We will have time management. I have shared a PDF. In that you have all the assessment questions. Plus we will also talk. We will complete tomorrow's assessment between 5 and 6. Okay. So be ready. It will be an interesting completion. God bless you. You will get questions in your email and you have to answer that questions and send it back. You will get the assessment paper in your email. So 5 o'clock you will get the assessment paper. By 5:30 you need to complete, and half an hour we will have a group discussion, and that is how assessment is. Okay, all good. Okay, it is 6 o'clock. We are all done. Today, I want you to say a tongue twister and then leave this class. Because first 5 minutes, we were waiting for Anita to come. So, we were waiting for you, love, to start the class. Okay. So, I say Bitty bought some butter. The butter was bitter. She bought some more butter to make the bitter butter better. You can say this, or you can say a proper copper coffee pot. Or you can say red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. You should at least say 10 times. Then only you will be left from the class. First is Rahim. Go ahead, Rahim.
Cecil by the Cecil, 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 Cecil by the Cecil.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Okay, thank you. You did 10 times. Fatima.
Bitty bought some butter, the butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty bought some butter, the butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty bought some butter, the butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty bought some butter, the butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty bought some butter, the butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty bought some butter, the butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty bought some butter. The butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter better more better. Bitty bought some butter. The butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty bought some butter. The butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. Bitty bought some butter. The butter was bitter, so she bought some butter better to make the bitter better.
Bitter butter better.
Better.
Superb, superb. Okay, over. Who's going to say red lorry, yellow lorry? Anybody picking up red lorry, yellow? All of you. Okay. Okay, first we'll give it to Anita.
Yes.
10 times, huh? Without stopping.
Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry.
Very good. Suma? A proper copper coffee pot. Yeah, very good. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot.
A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot. A proper copper coffee pot.
Good, good, very good, very good. Over to Shuklaji. Very good, Suma. Over to Shuklaji.
Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry. Finished.
Very good, very good. Okay, so when you do tongue twisters, your brain becomes very powerful. I'm going to run a class on brain power. We are going to start a new batch on brain power. So you will learn their graphical visualization, guided imagery, psychocybernetics, multiple intelligence, and more. It's a very powerful class, brain power. I think already I have some 100 followers, and there is a different group for that. So I'm going to start that class. If you're interested, you can let me know. I will add up you guys in that class as well. So we will be having the convocation for that class in August 19th. Yeah, Rahim, you have something to say?
Last minute. It's the last minute.
Yes, it's the last minute. That's why I'm giving them, some instructions and some updates and all that. So this is my last minute. He reminds me because I have to do my dedication. Sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you and God bless you. God bless you with most and more. Always believe in God and have Almighty's total surrender. Things will happen. Now that you have done a SWOT analysis, that one thing is lacking in you, work on making it better. Okay. So because identifying the problem is more important. See, solving the problem is always easy. First, we should identify what is the problem with us, right? So that's how it is. To be a peaceful you should first believe that you have the capacity to become peaceful. Do a lot of meditation. I have listed the 18 plus meditation in the book. Do meditation and mindfulness. Mindfulness is being quiet, calm, and serene. So thank you very much. God bless you all. Just browse through the book every now and then. It will help you much. Okay, people who want a physical copy of the books, it is available on July 15th. You can purchase the book. Okay. God bless you.
Sure.
We love you. Take care. See you in the assessment tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Bye-bye.